Welcome, friends. It is Unlocked, the world's #1 Xbox show. It's episode 320. What is it? 24. I think I have the wrong number.
It is 324. It was a palindrome last week.
I was gone. Yeah, you guys filled in admirably. Thank goodness. Yeah, I could not have cared less about work or anything else last week. It was great to be on vacation.
Yeah, the best.
But we're back, and we've got a year to finish. I'm Ryan McCaffrey. I'll introduce you to the rest of the crew in a second. But first, coming up on this week's episode of Unlocked, we've got a very interesting lawsuit with Epic Games and Fortnite. You'll want to hear about that. The very popular game in its Battle Royale mode has been taking the world by storm lately. We've got some unfortunate news around Marvel Heroes, specifically Marvel Heroes Omega for you Xbox fans. We've got Square Enix talking about the future of Deus Ex. You'll want to stay tuned for that. And some good news on Hitman and why Square Enix decided to go ahead and part ways with it and hand it off to IO Interactive when they separated. And then some Black Friday, Cyber Monday game sales stats from our own internal data. There's some interesting things to discuss there as well. As I said, I'm Ryan McCaffrey. We've got Destin Legary to my right, as always. Marty Sleva to my left. And to my far left, welcome back, Miranda Sanchez. Always good to see you.
Hello. Thank you for having me back.
Always a pleasure. So, Destin, this is the week you've been dreading all year long.
What?
Why?
We are going to present the Unlock Block Trivia Trophy, but not to you.
Whatever. I've had it for 2 years.
You had a good run. A controversial 2 years at times.
Means next year you have to make a comeback.
That's true.
Well, last year I won it fair and square.
It just creates the redemption story. That's what you've got to look forward to.
Sorry, all those hashtag Team Destin peeps out there.
So
Gone for 3.
we're gonna unbox and present the Unlock Block Trivia Trophy coming up later in the show during the Unlock Block segment. But first, I want to go around the table. How was everybody's Thanksgiving, Miranda?
It was slow.
That's good, right?
That's perfect. Yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty much it. Yeah, I got to see all my family. We live all over the country, so like coming together is really important.
Excellent.
And my parents about to move to Singapore for a little bit.
Holy
so,
moly.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a real good time.
Yeah.
Everyone bought a Switch.
Yes.
That's the best.
Switches now.
Did you get any like Mario Kart going on? Or
Yeah, they were very excited about that. My mom was super excited about Super Mario Odyssey. We played a bunch of Pokemon because I had my 3DS with me, and we watched a bunch of movies. It's a good time.
That's the best.
Any games? Any fun family stuff for you, Marty?
No, I stayed and we did Thanksgiving at Max's house, and so a bunch of us went over there and got good and liquored up and ate a bunch of food. But then, the rest of the weekend I caught up on a ton of my Game of the Year stuff. You know, I've finished Wolfenstein. I started a second playthrough. That's probably my second favorite game of the year after Persona now. Playing more Horizon. I'm playing more Cuphead. I'm now at 250 Moons in Mario, Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah.
Secret best game. So I'm feeling pretty good now that I guess by the time next week's episode is up, we'll have our nominations out in the wild for all the categories, so we can talk about it then.
Yeah, I was away on a beach, so I brought the Switch with me, but only used it on the plane, and just got up. I'm up to like 500 something moons in Mario, so I'm just trying to make progress.
Yeah.
Some of them they get real hard.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like the I said it in the review too. There's the game after the game. Super Mario
that game takes the training wheels off after like 200 moons. You know?
It's so good. But yeah, now that I'm back, I'm trying to play Star Wars Mitch Dyer Front. I'm trying to keep roll. So I'm a little into that. I'm a little into Wolfenstein 2. Still South Park I haven't finished yet. I'm in horrible shape heading into the Game of the Year vote.
I feel like we all have like 5 games going at once right now. I think that's just how it is.
Yeah, I got a lot of catching up to do, but it's a good problem to have, I guess. Plenty of good stuff to play. Destin, how about you? You went to the Midwest, I believe.
Yeah.
/ Canada.
So I use Thanksgiving this year as sort of my Christmas break because I'm traveling during the holidays for Christmas. So Thanksgiving, I flew to Minnesota, drove to Wisconsin to see my mom, then drove to Canada to see my Canadian family. I got to see my mom, my dad, and my grandmother, who is 89 years old, is turning 90 next year.
That's awesome.
Great.
So and she's still joking around with me and everything. So it was wonderful to see.
That's the best.
Did you play any games on the road or since you got back?
No.
No. That's what, sometimes you need a break too. You know.
Was there snow?
Oh, I mean, I played PUBG. There was a little bit of snow, but it actually rained and then melted most of it.
That sucks.
Yeah. Roads were great. Usually
that's
the roads
nice.
are like a nightmare in December. So
Yeah.
No danger to your life on the
no danger on
roads.
the roads, thankfully.
Good. Glad to hear that. So, like I said, stay tuned for the Unlock Block Trivia Trophy. I mean, we are going to milk this for all it's worth, Destin. You do realize
Great.
that you've been since
It's gonna be a good episode.
I can never get enough of this.
I'm less excited about the trophy, more excited that you have to watch me get it.
I know that's the fun part.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. But see, again, like Marty said, it provides the it's like, when you lose the Super Bowl rematch, but then you got to come back next year. You got that like revenge tour next year.
I'm gonna start writing my own trivia questions to practice, and then you know what? I'll start a bar trivia
like
of my
the idea
own.
that you have these flashcards that you're going.
I'll go to 21st Amendment and start a trivia night. That's what I'm gonna do.
He's at home training like, which celebrity unveiled the original Xbox with Bill Gates? The Rock. Okay, next one. By the way, don't send that question in. Literally everyone.
Stop sending it.
We're never doing that question again.
Is that the most popular?
We get that one a lot. I think it must be if you literally just type in Xbox trivia into Google.
the first thing that
I think
comes
that
up.
must be one of the first things that comes up. But anyway, we're gonna play out the rest of the year for fun because we like this segment, and then come the beginning of January, we start fresh. The standings are wiped clean. Everybody's 0-0, and we'll go from there.
When's the first episode when we come back from break?
Whatever the first Wednesday is.
I think it's the third.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
January
miss the first trivia question.
Wow.
In the hole right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're starting the.
That
year on
means
the
you'll have
January.
at no point in 2018 will you be in first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
I like that it's starting already. This is-
The best thing about this is I don't have a competitive bone in my body.
All right, let's get started with this. It's just a weird week of mostly bad and/or ridiculous news.
Yeah.
Mostly bad, I guess. So this first story, I mean, it is bad news in the sense that it's just not a great topic. It's not a fun, positive thing, but it's just sort of become a little weird almost, in my opinion. And that is Epic Games, makers of Fortnite. Of course, they go back to the Gears of War up through 4 and
Unreal.
If you really want to get hardcore old school Xbox, Unreal Championship was they co-developed that and Unreal Championship 2. But yes, Fortnite is their big new game, which has been doing exceptionally well. It is out on Xbox. It's still technically game preview, right? It's not final.
I thought it's final. I think the game's just free to play.
PUBG's not final yet.
Yeah, I believe Fortnite
And that's,
is.
by the way, that's out in 2 weeks now.
Oh God.
December 12th, right, on
Yeah,
Xbox?
in game preview.
Holy moly.
Anyway, Fortnite.
Yeah.
Epic is suing a couple of Fortnite players for violating the terms of the end user license agreement for cheating. They are alleged to have modified, or they're like well, this is Epic's statement. I'll just give you this. This particular lawsuit arose as a result of the defendant filing a DMCA counterclaim to a takedown notice on a YouTube video that exposed and promoted Fortnite Battle Royale cheats and exploits, says Epic in a statement given to Kotaku. Shout out to them. Under these circumstances, the law requires that we file suit or drop the claim. Epic is not okay with ongoing cheating or copyright infringement from anyone at any age. As stated previously, we take cheating very seriously and will pursue all available options to make sure our games are fun, fair, and competitive for all players.
Hey, so why did they mention of any age? What a weird thing to mention when
know,
you're
right?
suing definitely an adult, right?
Because the defendant is a 14-year-old young man, which is throwing a whole wrench into this thing and just
I don't know.
Wait for it.
Destin.
I'm waiting for it.
waiting for what? Go ahead.
I don't care that he's 14.
Explain.
Who cares? He's 14. He violated the terms of their service. They said, hey, take down your video. You're using our intellectual property to promote cheating, which is against our EULA. He fought back. And they're like, all right, we're going to court.
No, I mean, it's
within their legal rights to do that. And I don't care that he's 14. It's just like, okay, you want to play adult baseball? Let's play adult baseball.
Yeah, I mean that is definitely there's some laughter on this side of the table, but no, you're not necessarily wrong in the sense that this it's not like the kid went, oh gee, I'm sorry. He was very sort of forthright about his actions, and this is something that 14 or 18, you know, you're out there and you are alleged to have
if you
to be in
break the
violation.
law, no matter how, like, this is an intellectual property thing because it's a video promoting cheating using footage of their intellectual property. So it's more of a, seems like an IP issue than anything, intellectual property, not
Right.
internet.
I used to throw rocks at cars when I was a kid. No one sued me, thankfully. That would have sucked.
Miranda, we were talking before the air. You have a little bit of a different take on this,
Yeah,
which
he's
I
14. Like, there are
So if
other
a
ways to
14-year-old
settle this.
shoplifts, should he not be arrested?
I mean, he should be punished, but
I don't think
Like-
they get arrested.
no, like, there are other.
You
The
don't
way
think
you
they arrest
legally deal with
shoplifters?
minors is different than you
Yeah.
deal with adults. And so I don't think this is a very good look for Epic. Two, there are other ways to handle this, but like obviously I don't know what that is because it says the law requires that we file a suit or drop the claim, which is weird because it's just like so they're
They have no
mostly
other
focused on the
recourse.
counterclaim for the takedown notice, which it's weird that there's no other retaliation for them other than we have to sue you, which doesn't
Right.
make sense.
now
so-
before we continue, because I actually like that we have a couple different perspectives on this. The mother, the boy's mother, issued a statement here because obviously, put yourself in mom's shoes for a second.
Oh, poor mom.
Where you find out you get some sort of like legal action served to you, and you're like, what? What the heck is this? I mean, that's not to. I mean, she may very well have known that he played Fortnite, but then to be suddenly sued over a video game. So this is part of her statement. She says that Fortnite. Again, this is a shout out to Kotaku. This is coming from them.
Shout out to moms.
And moms as well. The mother says that Fortnite's terms require parental consent for minors and that she never gave this consent. She also says that this case is based on a loss of profits, but argues that it's a free-to-play video game and that in order to prove a loss, Epic would need to provide a statement certifying that the boys cheating directly caused a, quote, massive profit loss, pardon me. She also claims that by going after individual players rather than the website selling or providing the
By the
cheating
way,
software.
they are going after that website also.
Okay. That Epic is quote, using a 14-year-old child as a scapegoat. She also claims that her son did not, as Epic alleges, help create the cheat software, but simply downloaded it as a user, and that Epic, quote, has no capability of proving any form of modification. I mean, referring to the EULA alleged violation. Finally, the mother says that by releasing her son's name publicly in conjunction with the move, that Epic has violated Delaware laws related to the release of information on minors.
This reminds me of what was it, 15 years ago? God, probably 15 years ago. Like when Napster was a big thing.
Yes.
And the music industry, the RIA, started going after individuals and being like, we're fining you $50,000 for each
Yeah.
Eminem song you downloaded. You downloaded 7 Eminem songs.
Metallica had a real bad
Yeah.
public image for a while
Yeah.
because they were super aggro on going after
And it's
people.
like, go, like the mom said here, go after the sites. Like, go after the source. Like
ban the
Which they
kid
are.
from the game. Sure, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
do what you need to do because, like, obviously cheating shouldn't be allowed and it's not acceptable.
Well, part of this,
But-
they're alleged to have banned him multiple times and that he keeps coming back and
then,
making new
well,
accounts.
if he's able to get around it, then hire the
Then
kid as a QA tester.
Yeah.
It's not hard to spoof your IP. You just create a new IP, create a new account, you're back in
sounds-
PUBG, and
that
you're
sounds hard
hacking
to
the
me.
game again.
That sounds hard to me.
And
So it's
as
weird.
for releasing his name, that's just something that happens when you file a lawsuit against somebody. Like it's all in the court documentation. So now I don't know if they posted his name publicly on a blog or something like
It sounds
that.
like that's what they did. It sounds like they somehow let it get out, which is obviously
Illegal in Delaware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's fine. They'll have to deal with that legally, just like this kid has to deal with this
It's
legally.
strange that,
A
like,
judge
they're-
will decide what the punishment is.
that they're suing for copyright infringement. Though, like, I don't understand that. So if their issue is with him cheating or modifying the game, like, is that
that's like the game is the copyright.
Well, then copyright infringement, wouldn't that be just streaming the game?
yeah? Because like they're suing. It
Don't
for
we
his
do
video.
copyright infringement for 2 hours a day during our streams?
But we're not alleged or confirmed to be modifying game source code when we do that.
I think the thing that sucks about this is Fortnite only had goodwill after releasing the
Battle Royale.
mode. It's huge. It's bigger than Epic could have even expected.
Yeah,
you know,
they've-
there's big announcements coming up still. Like the player base is massive. Like they garnered all of this goodwill and love, and then they do this, and it's like, what are you
Well,
doing?
and
This
that's-
isn't going to affect them at all because the
Yeah,
players-
it's
they're-
us making fun of them. It's us being like, Epic, what are you doing?
Do you play Fortnite?
No.
No. Miranda, maybe you do.
No, I'm not.
No. So you guys are angry. But
She
the
just said,
player
"No,
base,
I'm not."
Here's what I believe the player base is seeing. you are protecting us. You are making your game better. They have been amazingly responsive to community feedback. They fix weapons that are unbalanced immediately. They address the cheaters aggressively.
Yeah,
and
that's a good
what people.
All of those are good. Suing a 14-year-old just seems
They're not
petty and
suing
stupid.
a 14-year-old. They're suing somebody that violated their terms.
Who's a 14-year-old?
And I'm sure they knew that when they filed the lawsuit. Do you really think they knew that?
That he was 14?
No,
Probably.
they filed the suit against the IP address, which happened to be owned by the mother, and the kid's 14, the kid in violation.
We'll be right back here on CNN Crossfire. No, this is good. And Marty, you bring me to a point that I wanted to ask you guys, or a question to bring up is, when I look at this, I see a couple of avenues where it leads me to wonder if full due diligence was done on the Epic legal team's part in this terms of, do you think that they knew that this kid was 14 when they sued him? And do you think that they'll inevitably kind of end up backing off of this because of the bad publicity around him being a minor?
I mean, I don't know how lawsuits work. Like, legitimately, I don't know one way or another if they knew he was 14 or not. And I don't know, like, Destin, maybe they're suing the IP, so maybe are they technically suing his mom or whoever pays the bills?
Probably his mom that's going to get the worst of it.
But regardless, I think no one's going to
they'll-
get the worst of anything. I think they're going to drop this because this is silly and frivolous. Also, like, I think back, I used to play a lot of SOCOM 2 online on PS2.
Yeah.
And my friends and I used to do a thing where you would, like, unplug the Ethernet cable and plug it back in, and it would give you a major advantage and, like, give lag to the rest of the players. And Zipper never sued me.
That was rampant in Halo 2.
Yeah.
As well. That was.
Did you ever get sued by Bungie? Well, you didn't. You wouldn't.
I didn't do it.
No,
I was
but
the-
they
I
were
was the
professional.
victim of it. I was the
just
victim
play.
of it.
You're
Bungie during Halo 2 would do massive bans for stuff like that.
Banhammer.
I'm totally fine with
Good.
ban people.
That's
Please
fine.
sue
Yeah.
them.
So I'm also just like stuck on the part about the YouTube takedown notice and like the counterclaim. So it's like if they have to sue, then how many people how many other children are being sued right now? Because there's so many people filing these. Like, how is this the one way that things have to be settled? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
I also like this kid's baller that he gets caught by the company and they're
Multiple
like,
times.
and then he's like, nah, I'm filing a counterclaim. Like, that's pretty ballsy.
So like if you get caught shoplifting as a minor, you're detained and it's on your record, which is sealed after you turn a certain age, and that happens, and like there are punishments for your actions even if you're under 18. I don't think his age matters so much. I don't really understand why we're so hung up on the fact that he's 14.
Because he's a child.
They're following yes, children who break the law are still tried as in a different way, but they're still tried.
I think like battery or larceny or arson are way different than cheating in a video game, personally.
Yeah.
Like, I still think I don't know. It just, to me, this feels petty. And again,
there
like,
are bigger fish to fry.
yeah, especially in 2017. But
all they did was file a claim saying, I still want your video taken down. We'll take it to court if you want a counterclaim.
I mean, I just think they clearly have a right, and America's also sue happy.
14-year-old to counterclaim, but then they're
I
like,
said
okay,
I thought it
let's
was
go.
funny, and I think. Let me just be perfectly clear. Like, this kid's probably just an asshole. Like, I'm sure this kid's an absolute snot that I wouldn't want to, like, spend 5 minutes around. Also, I don't spend time around 14-year-olds. Any time. Well, I don't know what happened here. But no. But so what I'm saying is, so a year ago, when we talked about Fortnite, we would roll our eyes and be like, was that game we played at Judges Week like 9 years ago? It was the first Unreal 4 game revealed. And then all of a sudden it comes out, and not only is it good, but Epic keeps making it better.
Yeah.
And it becomes huge. And so they have this amazing Cinderella story in 2017. And is this how they're going to go out the year? And this, like, all right, like, I don't know, it seems petty.
Yeah, as usual. I think the truth lies somewhere in between. I do agree with you, Destin, that yeah, like, you do need to defend your product and your copyright, and if they're cheating and souring the experience for the millions of other players in your game, yeah, you've got to do something about that. But at the same time, yeah, there are probably less severe and less image damaging ways to handle it.
I don't have a problem with him that issue being addressed and like him being punished in some form. I just think this is a very extreme, strange way of handling it.
So the final thing I'll say about it is, I mean, it just seems like a standard litigation process to me. You violated the EULA. Please take down your video. No. Okay, we go to court. I think it's being sensationalized a little bit due to the person's age.
Right.
But this happens all the time with people torrenting HBO episodes. You get cease and desist letters.
Oh, dang. That one was about me.
Well, I was going to leave it up to you, Marty. But if you're a 14-year-old and you're torrenting videos on your mom's computer and your mom gets a cease and desist, it's basically the same thing. It is the same thing. And this is just being sensationalized because, oh, he's 14 and it's a video game.
Can we all agree we should just break his index finger and then he can't play the game for a while?
No, that's too far.
How is that too far?
How is causing physical damage to a human being going too far? I think that's pretty apparent. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's how you learn your lesson. Break his index finger.
I think this will.
I think mom should just throw away his computer.
I think this will quietly go away. Yeah,
that's what I think will happen.
I would like to be a fly on the wall at home. Like his mom is
Oh
mad.
gosh, she must be livid.
Well, but is she mad at Epic and her son?
Oh, I'm sure
Epic
both.
and not her son? Mad at her son?
She's
and
protective of her son.
Like I wonder,
She's mad at
she's put in the worst position here out of everyone. No doubt. She doesn't have the resources of a major corporation that in a multi-million-dollar corporation. But she's got to live with her son every day. She's got potential lessons to try and impart here, but also figure out how do I not have my entire financial future jeopardized over a YouTube video of my son possibly being a dick on the internet promoting cheating in a video game.
I don't know where this is going to go. I think this will probably go to like small claims, maybe. I don't think it's that big of a case. And she can just defend herself or hire a public defender.
Yeah, I agree. I don't even think it'll get that far. I think
they'll settle out of court.
I genuinely wonder if Epic is found out the hard way that this was a minor and are now kind of going to just
Grandpa Simpson their way, just turn around and walk out of the lawsuit.
Yeah, like, I'm guessing again, I know nothing about the legal system either, but I would think in my head, I see it as Epic and or their legal team reaching out and kind of having a out of court settlement in that, like, okay, look, this is making us look bad, but your son has wronged us here. Mm-hmm. We just need to like
don't let him
IP ban you or what. We need to keep you out of the game forever, and then this will go away.
If I was the mom, and if I were joined with Epic, I'd be like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a bat. Let me finish.
You've turned to Destin's side on this.
No. You're going to have the kid destroy his own computer. He can never use it again.
That would be an interesting
He has to save up his money, get his own computer eventually.
Maybe
I thought you were going to save up money for the bat. He has to buy his own bat.
That's like, wow, that's like old. That's like go to the backyard and pick out the switch that I'm going to beat you with. Like that is just really old, and that's rough.
No, he won't do it again. It's fine.
This is where I think this is going to go. I think they're going to take it to court. The kid is going to be his own defender. He's going to defend himself. He's going to win, and he is going to gain majority share in Epic. And then Aaron Sorkin is going to write a movie about it.
Or he can't defend himself. So
why? Doogie Howser was a doctor, and he was a child. Think about that.
He's got you there. I just caught up.
Television show. I can't.
If you believe
argue
in yourself, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Well,
they let Air Bud in the NBA.
Oh my God.
Well, I just got caught up on the season's Curb Your Enthusiasm last night, so maybe they'll end up on Judge Judy.
Oh man,
maybe that'd be
I'd watch
great.
that.
It'll go.
That'd be great. I sympathize for the mom mostly, though.
Yeah, no, she's
in a bad place.
She really is in a terrible position with both Epic and having to figure out what to do with her kid. All right, let's go from weird / bad news to just straight bad news. There are no laughs to be had here. Marvel Heroes, including Marvel Heroes Omega, which is the console version, has been shut down immediately. It was originally scheduled to remain online through the end of the year, but it's an action RPG. It's sort of a Diablo-ish type action RPG with Marvel Heroes.
Gazillion is even the head of Gazillion was the former Diablo guy. What's his name?
Oh, that's right,
David Brevik.
Yeah. Today the Marvel Heroes Twitter account announced that Gazillion is closing, and as a result, the game will, quote, sunset immediately, which is the strange industry term for blinking out of existence. See the thing, the sun rises again. I don't think this term is.
Yeah.
There should be some sort of other astronomical.
The star has
like
died.
A black hole.
Yeah.
Like
a red dwarf.
A dwarf. Yeah. Something else needs to be implemented here. Anyway, so yeah, the team originally planned to support Marvel Heroes Omega until December 31st. Quote: "It is with great sadness that we announced the closing of Gazillion Entertainment. The company would like to sincerely thank its fans and employees for all the support over the years of development and live service." Now, friend of IGN, former IGN editor, Anthony Gallegos, was affected by this. He was at Gazillion, and he said on Twitter that the employees did not get severance, and they did not even get their accrued paid time off.
Yeah, and it happened like Wednesday afternoon, right before the holiday
before
break.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
Which is just the worst. So awful news. I just best wishes to Anthony and to all of those affected, and worse for Anthony. I just want to see if we can collectively help out a friend here. Not only did Anthony just lose his job right before Thanksgiving, his fiance's dog, and those of you who helped me with Maggie can sympathize here from earlier this year. His fiance's dog needs expensive surgery and chemotherapy. The beautiful dog Shasta. So that they're trying to raise money to help cover that, because it's even more expensive than what Maggie went through. Because chemotherapy is an ongoing thing. So if you might want to read up on Shasta, on Anthony's fiance's dog situation, please go to GoFundMe.com/HealShasta, HealShasta. The good news is they're almost at their goal before I even came on the air here. So I would love for the unlocked audience, if you find it in your hearts, to maybe help push Anthony and his fiance to their goal, so they can get that all done and not have to worry about the financial side, and just be able to worry about getting their dog well.
If you want to just support Anthony and his family, also you can go to his Twitch. He streams pretty regularly, twitch.tv/ I believe it's Chuff Money.
Chuff Money.
That's his, which is his gamer
handle.
tag and his Twitter handle. And that the money he's been putting that money towards the Shasta thing here. So
if you want to watch something also and help Shasta,
let's watch Anthony play some video games. All right, let's pull up here out of the descent and try to get back to some positivity. I thought this was a really interesting story. Now, Deus Ex, you guys will recall, Mankind Divided was received well, didn't sell super great. And we can't blame it coming out over the holidays.
Yeah.
It came out in August.
Yeah.
It was in that sort of the window that we armchair types tend to associate with. Well, yeah, that's the great window to go into if you're not Star Wars Battlefront, if you're not Call of Duty, if you're not, Halo. So
Time to hope for more games come out, so that it's a little bit more evenly spread.
exactly. But nevertheless, Mankind Divided did not fare super well, and at the time, it was sort of like, all right, well, Deus Ex is going to be more or less put on hiatus, and then there were the official / I don't know if it ever was official, but whatever. We all know that that team now is working on the Avengers game. They have a deal with the corporate. Square Enix has a deal with Marvel. So Deus Ex is on hold, but Square Enix's CEO, I hope I'm going to pronounce this right.
They can hire Anthony.
I believe it's Yosuke Matsuda, if I am pronouncing his name correctly, says the Deus Ex isn't necessarily dead. Its seed merely lay dormant. He says, quote,
Poetic.
Yeah. I stole that from Basketball, one of my own. Dead serious.
Really?
Completely serious. It's right from the beginning of the movie where they're talking about how kids don't play sports anymore, and then that's how Basketball comes to rise. Yeah, it's the narrator. Just trust me on this one, Marty. Basketball is awesome.
You should watch.
Forget anybody that thinks it's horrible.
We have a feature coming up that features Basketball and
Really?
Calvin and Hobbes.
How am I
Calvin
not
Ball?
involved? How am I not involved in this?
I'll have you write the blurbs for those.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, the Yosuke Matsuda saying, quote, "We have never said anything about discontinuing that title," referring to Deus Ex, "but for some reason that's the rumor out on the market." This is him speaking to gamesindustry.biz. He continues, "What I can say is Eidos Montreal has always developed Deus Ex, and the issue is we do not have limitless resources." He emphasized that Deus Ex is a, quote, very important franchise to Square Enix, especially because it adds variety among its portfolio of franchises, being a first-person game. In fact, he said the company is, quote, already internally discussing and exploring where to take the series with the next entry. Quote, the fact of the matter is some titles have to wait their turn. The reason there isn't a Deus Ex right now is just a product of our development lineup because there are other titles we are working on. That is a not-so-subtle reference to the Marvel Avengers thing. Mm-hmm. And yeah, what I guess the final point here is, if you're watching the video version, we look at a little bit of footage of Mankind Divided. If and when Deus Ex comes back around again, we got to vote with our wallets, friends. That is the way. I mean, I think I've done this rap on the show before, so I won't elaborate too much. But Deus Ex, the original, is, in my opinion, probably a top 5 all-time greatest game ever. Warren Spector had him in here on Unfiltered. Please check that episode out. If you never played the original Deus Ex, you can go fix that on literally any PC these days. But Deus Ex is incredible, and it had a good but not great sequel that Warren was involved in with Invisible War back at the time. But then it was dormant forever. And against all odds, a totally new developer, in fact, they were a new development team at the time, Eidos Montreal, came in and made a worthy reboot.
Yeah.
Well,
Human Revolution.
It wasn't even a reboot. Yeah, kind of a worthy continuation of Deus Ex. And then, how was it, 4 or 5 years later, was Mankind Divided. Also an excellent game. It's a shame that, it just hasn't seen the new version of the series has not seen the sales that it probably deserves. And, especially right now where the industries and the hardcore gaming community has been talking so much about, microtransactions and pay to win, and it's so horrible, and where are the single player games?
Yeah.
These are good ones.
I mean, that's the thing is, like, I don't know. You look at Square, though, and you look at, they clearly have active development of Final Fantasy games, and now this Marvel deal, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which is, from what I've heard, that's what the Deus Ex team is working on, is that Shadow of the Tomb Raider is an Eidos Montreal game, whereas Avengers is a Crystal Dynamics game.
Right, thank you.
And so when you look at those, like, I don't, there is no world where the Avengers or Shadow of the Tomb Raider don't outsell Deus Ex, fivefold.
It's like the same thing when, near and dear to our hearts again, when Criterion stopped making Burnout games because EA handed them Need for Speed. Need for Speed on its worst day is going to sell 10 times the amount of Burnout on its best day, which is just a sad but true reality of the games industry.
It's good that they're directly addressing this and saying, like, hey, don't worry, like, we're still thinking about this. It's on our plate. Like, we are not just shutting this down. Don't worry. But also maybe buy the game.
Yeah.
Because it's also a good way to vote.
Yeah,
if there's a sale, if you're curious about
it was anything. A bunch of people on Twitter when I posted a similar sentiment the other day, and people reminded me that I guess it is or just was on sale for like $10. Oh
wow!
Yeah,
so just take a look on the Xbox store, whatever platform you want to play on. It's probably cheap one way or the other. But yeah, it's I may be overgeneralizing here. Feel free to call me out if so, but I feel like in general, Japanese game company executives are a little more willing to make statements like this.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like Western companies never want to admit anything. Like they're just always going to try and spin stuff.
A little more open.
Yeah.
From just what I've read, at least.
Yeah, but it's cool. Yeah, I like they address it head on, and I totally do think at some point in the future we're going to get another Deus Ex. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. Probably won't be this generation. Totally.
Like, just give them time to develop their game.
Yeah.
And like make it the best they can, and then put it out. Like we've seen that so many times with like these great games coming out. It's like they're in development for like 5+ years or something.
Oh yeah.
And they turned out so good because they had that time and they weren't rushed out the door.
In fact, I think both Human Revolution and Mankind Divided were about 5 years. I remember because Eidos Montreal, like the Human Revolution was announced ridiculously early. It was like they announced it like right when they formed the studio, and then it wasn't for 4 or 5 years when the game finally came out, and then somehow it was great.
Was that also the Thief
showed her at E3.
studio,
They had 2 teams.
Yeah.
They may still have 2 teams, but yes, they
Yeah.
also did the Thief,
which again
reboot.
did not sell super well. So
And
now
it wasn't
it's
as it
Yeah.
wasn't as good of a
Totally.
Thief game as Human Revolution was a Deus Ex game.
Yeah, but and then that's from again the rumors we've heard. There are 2 teams, and one of them is working on Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and the other is working on a Guardians of the Galaxy game. Apparently,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And again, clearly they're talented developers, and I think clearly those 2 things I named would probably way outsell Deus Ex and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So.
And on this subject of sort of optimism and candor by Yosuke Matsuda, the CEO of Square Enix, he also commented again to GamesIndustry.biz on why they gave up the Hitman IP when they agreed to part ways with IO Interactive and let IO go and then have them become independent. He says, it's because I believe it wouldn't be Hitman unless it was Hitman made by IO. Adding that he believes fans of the series feel the same way. He says, I believe the fans of Hitman think it's only Hitman if it's made by IO, so I thought that was the best way for the game to continue, and that's why we were supportive of the buyout and, of course, didn't mind if they continued to use the IP. What a refreshing bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, yeah, integrity.
Yeah.
To not just be like, oh, yeah, we're going to, sorry, you can go free, but we're going to own your thing forever now and do whatever we want with it. I love that.
So nice.
Yeah. Both of those answers are incredibly graceful.
Yes.
Great.
So shout out to Yosuke Matsuda. That is ethic business in action, which is sadly a rarity in the world we live in these days, seemingly, based on everything we hear in the news. But so, and of course, Hitman, IO is already at it. They are working on new Hitman stuff, so sure we'll see that. Whether it's going to be like season 2 or what shape that's going to take in the future remains to be seen. The nice part for IO, I think, is that, besides owning the IP, is that this buyout and this separation happened after season 1 was done. So assuming they also own all of their technology and tools, they already have everything ready to more quickly and efficiently build more Hitman content. It's not like
they have the foundation set.
Right. It's not like, well, we got our IP back, but, well, we got to start from scratch. That does not seem to be the case. And that's just good news for gamers, because that means we'll
Curious to see who's going to publish it.
I think they're going to publish it on their own.
Self-publish if it's I mean that's I guess the first game was all digital, right?
Especially if it's episodic. Yeah, I mean their business model was so strange with this last Hitman reboot. I remember I was at like the reveal event where they showed it off for the first time, and I have a video or an audio interview recorded somewhere with one of the studio heads, because they were like, well, you can prepay for the whole season, and then you'll only, it'll take 6 months to get the whole thing, or you could buy it all after. And it's just like, well, that's weird. So if they're going to stick to the episodic thing, I mean, publishing it themselves digitally via Steam and even, through ID at Xbox.
Yeah.
Why not?
Maybe it's going to be one of those Game Pass games. Launches first on Game Pass.
Ooh,
I don't think any of those are ever going to happen, personally.
Really?
I don't know. Phil said.
Maybe.
But, because Phil said I think, on the show where he said he was interested in the idea of debuting games on Game Pass, like episodic games.
Right.
I don't know. We just haven't seen or really heard much more of.
It's so early.
Is it?
Sure.
It has just launched. Give it some time already.
Yeah. I need instant gratification.
Spoken like a true
14-year-old.
You said it. All right. And as we we're going to end on a happy note. Actually, 2 happy notes. Take a look. So this is not the most scientific data, but IGN, if you buy games like through the IGN deals links and stuff, we can at least track these things. So through our own Black Friday / Cyber Monday data, we have a top 10 list for you now of games that were bought, again, sort of through our IGN deals stuff over this past holiday weekend. Tell me if you can figure out what the common theme is. Not you guys, because the answer is in front of you.
Oh, dang.
It's called addressing the audience. So the number 10 best-selling game during that stretch was Assassin's Creed Origins, then Call of Duty World War II, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Destiny 2, South Park The Fractured But Whole, every time.
Children.
Prey at number 5, Dishonored 2 at number 4, and then the top 3, Evil Within 2, Middle-earth Shadow of War, and Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. Common themes, a real obvious one, and it's right to the exact topic that, again, we've all been talking about and really staring in the face of for the last few months in particular. They're all 8 out of 10 of those are single-player games.
Yes.
Only Destiny 2 and Call of Duty. I mean,
Yeah.
Call of Duty has a
Halfway.
campaign, but
Yeah.
yes, it is. So you can even say,
8.5.
yes, 8.5 of them are single-player only games. What does that tell us?
So that's interesting. And also the fact that the top 5 are Prey, Dishonored, Evil Within, Shadow of War, and Wolfenstein. 4 of the 5 of those are Bethesda games.
Yeah, I just noticed that too. It's just,
Okay,
oh,
you're going
Yeah.
like total Inception on me
Yeah,
now. It's like the story within the story.
If you read all the first letters in a row, it says something. Deceptui. No, I mean, this is awesome. Like, we saw, especially a lot of the Bethesda games sort of underperformed during NPD, but I think it's awesome that, granted, Bethesda did aggressively discount these games. Like,
Yes.
I think almost all of their games were half off, all the ones we just
I think
mentioned.
Wolfenstein was
Yeah,
$30.
it was $30, which is an amazing deal for that game.
came out. It's
Yeah, totally. But I think, yeah, people are hopping on these games. Like, again, anyone writing a hot take that single player games are dead, that's a bad take, in my opinion. Not a great hot take, but clearly people still want these things. Although, I don't know how to feel about the fact that they waited till Black Friday, like waited for it to be discounted.
Well,
Like,
and that's where I wanted to go with the conversation now is, at first you think, that's great. Hardcore gamers, IGN fans, you do still love single-player games, and it's not just all about persistent world shooters and always connected things. But the fact that, yeah, like I said, they're all discounted is this just saying that people will still buy single-player heavy games, but not for $60? And is that going to? Will that just create basically a downward spiral?
Yeah.
Where then we don't one day soon get single-player games anymore.
I think people are just looking for good deals.
Yeah, for sure. Like maybe if they were curious about these games and just didn't have the funds, because like if you think about it, it's like how many video games can you actually buy? Like if you're not in this industry, if you're not like super hardcore about having a massive library, like even just thinking about my college days of like how many games I bought a year, it's
Like
not that
one
many.
or two.
well, especially like,
So like at launch, what are you gonna buy? You're
Like-
gonna buy the game all your friends are playing because you're all waiting to play together.
Right.
And then sale comes around, say, oh great, now I can play this game I've really wanted to play because I have what?
well, especially like 6 or 7 of these came out in the last like 2 or 3 months. Like, if you're buying each of them, it's $60. That's $400. Like, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I don't know. I do see the comment a lot in like Facebook groups where someone will talk about Wolfenstein and be like, well, it's only 10 hours, so I'm going to wait until it's on sale. So I think there is still a lot of people who correlate a money value to time they get out of it, as opposed to, well, it's an amazing 10 hours, so that to me is worth $60.
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
Yeah.
it's
part of
a
it.
tough
Yeah.
it's a tough thing to walk. But my worry is, you mentioned Wolfenstein? Wolfenstein's number 1 on this list. The game's been out for actually it's technically less than 30 days when this happened, and it was discounted by 50%.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, does this incentivize people to not buy single player games at launch if they're conditioned to expect them to go on sale a month or 2 months at most later?
I think maybe if they come out
is
in the
that-
holidays, then yes.
Yeah.
Because everybody
Fair point.
waits for those sales anyway. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that's limited to
Yeah.
single player games.
Yeah. Well, and especially
There's
like,
so much to consider here. It's Black
Right.
Friday.
Yeah.
You're getting a huge discount. I would have bought Wolfenstein 2 if it was 50% off. I'm like, that's an amazing deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
and maybe it encouraged more people to buy it than would have.
and it especially came right after Bethesda's smart move of having the first mission / hour of the game be free on all platforms, and saying, hey, you can then transfer that save over to the full game if you buy it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel most games should just do that. Like, that's, back in the
please.
360 era, we used to have that. Yeah.
On a regular basis. Share. I mean, that's almost the shareware model of my
right?
youth.
Yeah.
Everybody, a bunch of people out there are like, what is that old man talking about? Yeah, where the original Doom, you get the first episode, the first quarter of the game for free, and then you could call in with your credit card
Yeah.
over the phone
Yeah.
and pay, the $50 and
Pioneers.
they give
Yeah.
you the rest of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's also just Black Friday and Cyber Monday. That whole weekend is just such a huge shopping time. And now
picking up consoles.
and you don't have to go to go to a Best Buy at 4 a.m. and fight people. Like, you just click.
true.
This is all metrics from people who just sat in their living room and clicked a button on IGN. Like, you don't have to leave your house, and then if you have Amazon Prime, it just shows up the next day.
Also a good point. I guess, yeah. I guess
Destiny 2 also has a free trial right now.
Destiny 2 has a very similar thing where, again, your progress carries over, and it's like a lot of the multiplayer stuff, a little bit of the single player stuff, or campaign stuff.
Yeah.
More of that.
I guess the thing to keep an eye on, as far as me being someone who wants to see single player games continue to survive and thrive, will be to watch if this happens outside of the holiday time. Like, let's see, what's a good example of a single player game coming out? Like, I guess nothing really has dates for 2018.
No.
Next year's a
February,
big
March.
mystery.
Yeah, like we don't know where. Like Sony has a bunch of big single
Spider-Man,
player,
Detroit.
God of War, but we don't know when. Maybe we'll know those next
Yeah,
week.
and then, I mean, like, State of Decay 2 is mostly single player. It's got the 4-player co-op.
Yeah.
So, yeah, State of Decay 2. Yeah. I don't know why I just thought of it. Usually by now, I feel like we have a lot more concrete dates for early 2018 games.
Yeah,
And
we have Ni no
Far
Kuni and
Cry?
Far
We
Cry.
have a lot of early 2018s.
Yeah.
Just on the board, and I'm just.
Yeah.
And we're like, what does early mean? Like, is that the first half? Is May
March?
early?
Like,
Yeah.
When can I take my vacation?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is. That's
Yeah.
strange.
Maybe we'll get some at the Game Awards.
Maybe
Airing live on IGN
Bunch of
next
release date
Thursday.
realize.
Whoa.
Thursday at
Don't
was
let us
it?
down,
I think
Keely.
it's 6 Pacific, 9
Yeah,
Eastern.
I'm supposed to be there at 5
PM, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
What day is it?
It's Thursday.
Next Thursday, the 7th.
Yes.
Yes.
He
December
says
7th.
not confident.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff there.
All right, wrapping up with one more cool thing. I want to encourage everyone to sign up for the Sea of Thieves Insider program because they have got a mega wave coming.
Is
Apparently,
that a nautical joke?
A wave. Haha.
actually, it wasn't on purpose. It's
Nicely
just
done.
purely subconscious. But good job, subconscious brain. Yeah. So the signups, by the way, the reason I say that is the December 1st, which is what, Thursday or Friday?
Yeah.
Is the last day to sign up for that. So just go sign up. It's a 5-minute form. You just log in with your live account, which is usually super easy. You just click it and it just signs in. And then it's like a 5 minutes little survey thing you got to fill out. Basically says, do you like to play on Xbox or PC? And et cetera, et cetera. And then you'll be like almost guaranteed, if not totally guaranteed, a spot in one of the upcoming play tests. So if you've heard us just rant and rave joyously about Sea of Thieves for 2 years, and I know a lot of people out there, as we're looking at footage of it here on the video version of the show, there have been a contingent of people out there who are like, why are you guys so high on this? This looks boring. You've just got to try it. So here is your chance. Give it a try. It is the only thing it will cost you is 5 minutes of time to sign up, and then however long it takes to download the build once you get.
What's this guy doing with the banana?
Yeah, that's what I was
Is
wondering.
this? I wonder is this me from E3 this year?
Why were you chomping on the
You're
banana?
from Gamescom? I don't know.
I don't think I was beating a table
Oh man,
with
I
a
got a
shovel.
snake aisle.
Anyway.
And this is why you watch the video version.
Yeah,
to see the banana and the snake island.
Yeah, this maybe we shouldn't have a monitor in the studio. It's derailing the show.
I know, I'm just gonna
Now we're all
watch
just
this now.
watching Sea of Thieves. Anyway, so yeah, I believe it's just seaofthieves.com. Go sign up. And I don't think you will regret it. That is my point. Try it out and bring friends, because it is best with your friends. Time for Marketplace Report. Time to spend some money. Miranda Sanchez, what can we spend our money on this week?
If you want something from retail, absolutely nothing.
Nothing new anyway.
Nothing new. Yeah, there's plenty of games to buy,
Yeah.
but nothing new. For digital, we have Outcast second contract for $40, Escapist 2 special edition, $28.49. That's a
strange
That's a
price.
weird price.
Yeah.
What? Black Mirror's on sale for $32 and
The show?
No, It's not, which is
Yeah.
they tricked us with this press release. They said we've partnered with a very prominent IP. And we're making a game, and then they said it was Black Mirror, and we got excited. And turns out there's another thing called Black Mirror that's not Black Mirror. So
I got that. And I was
yeah,
just like,
and I was like,
what?
well, this isn't Black Mirror.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, Black Mirror game would be great.
yeah, that's a weird show.
So yeah,
Is it all just one sort of big meta whole like
yeah,
I love bees kind
it's
of
all
thing going on here?
yeah, right. I love bees.
Now I want to know what this is.
Yeah,
Is it horror?
I don't know. Sounds spooky. Definitely sounds spooky.
It's like about cats or something totally unrelated.
Oh man, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah.
About cats? I don't think that doesn't have anything to do with cats. In the final game, we have Bush Hockey League for $12.
What's going on? Why are those words next to each other?
It's a
like a
so
phrase,
yeah.
hockey.
Bush League is a reference to like
amateur hour.
Yeah. So this is like a sort of Bill Lambier's combat basketball except hocky.
Just play those
How about that
backyard-
reference?
You
Play
speak of
those
them.
backyard sports games,
Oh yeah,
like backyard soccer.
yeah.
Those-
I played a lot
yeah,
of those
so
as a kid.
good.
Yeah.
Those were like wholesome and family friendly. This
Yeah.
is like a violent.
What if we get that instead? Can we bring that back?
Did you? There
were
was
good.
wasn't there Jerry Rice's dog baseball or dog football? Jerry Rice, the football player, released a dog football game for the Wii. Yes,
Wait.
I think all that's real.
Or you dreamt it.
What?
Which doesn't seem
All right,
real.
Jerry Rice
Uh,
dog football.
You got to
Anyway.
back up on this one.
Jerry
because-
Rice dog football. It's real. Jerry Rice and Nidus's dog football for the
What?
Wii.
Okay.
Oh, the first link is IGN.
10 out of 10.
We gave it a 7.
We gave it a 7. What
Wow.
year was this?
Maybe-
Like 07? 08?
No, it would have been if it was Wii.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Good job, Jerry.
10 years
Rice.
ago? This is a real
cute.
thing. Who reviewed it?
Lucas Thomas.
I don't
Oh,
know.
is there a dog in the game?
Yeah, it's Jerry Rice.
There
Jerry
should be
Rice and Nidus's dog football. You are a dog who plays football. Look, there's a picture.
So
it
like
says
Air
touchdown,
Bud?
and there's
Oh,
a dog.
that's cute.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'm down for this too.
All right.
Who's a good boy?
You are. You play the good boy.
Wow.
For the marketplace, we have a free trial for Wolfenstein 2. As we were discussing earlier,
Yes.
Yes.
first level, new progress transfers.
For God's sake, play it.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, just why not?
Yeah.
What
One
are
of
you
the
doing
best
this
games of
weekend?
the year.
Do that. December games with gold, of course, always important. We have Warhammer End Times Vermintide from December 1st to the 31st.
That's got an ID at Xbox kind of name. I'm not signing off on that.
I've heard so much about Warhammer.
It's supposed to be
Maybe
really good though, the game.
Wolfenstein instead. Back to the Future, the game, December 16th through
Telltale.
December 15th. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
that was
Pulse- this
Telltale
whole-
right before they went
blew
all
up.
Walking Dead.
Super
Yeah.
huge. Yes, it's kind of, if you want to see.
It's
wholesome
very
style.
good. It's
Yeah.
not Walking Dead good, but it's good.
I like.
That'd be a fun family game.
I like
too.
the first 4 episodes. I feel like the last episode sort of spits in the face of Back to the Future, in my opinion.
You have to remind me off
Okay.
air.
Yeah.
For
Sometimes
spoilers
you can
what
just
happened.
stop playing before
Yeah.
things you don't like happens.
Yeah,
what I do with movies.
it's got a DeLorean in it, and so that's like a
So
10
that's-
out of-
yeah.
10 out of 10.
Automatic.
Also, seriously, Christopher Lloyd's in it.
Yeah,
though.
that's
Oh.
good.
He
Yeah.
does. It's no Michael.
He
J.
does
Fox,
great
but-
as himself.
Yeah. No, it's like a canonical story in
Yeah.
Back to the Future. I guess whatever that means for Back to the
Yeah,
Future.
it's oh god, I should not be forgetting the co-producer's name. Was in on it. Who? Bob Gale.
Oh, yeah.
Bob Gale was involved
Yeah.
as well. So it's on the up and up.
Yep, so check that one out. Then we have Child of Eden,
Marty.
December 1st through 15th.
Child of Eden. This was Mizuguchi's follow up to Rez.
Oh.
And Lumina. Oh yeah, it was Rez and then Luminous and then this. And I remember this game actually had decent Kinect support. It's like
Yes.
a trippy rhythm shooter, and you could do this.
Yeah.
So if you want to do this, download this.
Luminous is my favorite PSP game.
How's it going?
FYI.
It's like this. Luminous is awesome.
Yeah, it's so good. Let's bring that back and just put it on a little digital download on Xbox.
Put it on my phone. I want Luminous on my phone.
That too.
Some more rhythm games.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I want dog football on my phone.
I want backyard sports. Different, all kinds.
Did you hear that, Phil?
Please.
People are talking about the lack of Xbox exclusives. We just gave you a couple. Dog football on my phone.
Just clean up.
Backyard sports.
Leaving money on the table.
Luminous.
Then the final one we have is Marlo Briggs and the Mask of Death. And that's December 16th to the 31st.
I have covered Xbox for 15 years. I don't know what this game
I don't know what
is.
that is either, but it's on Xbox One and Xbox 360.
Well, there you go.
There we go. Yeah, it's an old arcade game, apparently.
Okay.
There you go.
Sure.
All right. Thank you, Miranda. Now, for the Unlock Block Trivia Trophy presentation.
Yay!
I got a lot of stuff to do. Can I come back?
No.
You have to endure this. All right. I'll make sure just not to show Matt's address. So, Matt.
Sorry, Matt.
Staggs. He is the kind soul that has spent almost literally all year working on this. He asked us to read this this note before we open it.
I already know he's Team Marty.
Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for allowing me the privilege of making this year's trophy. It was a lot of fun making it. And Marty, I hope you enjoy it. Parentheses, suck it down.
That was the best parenthetical ever.
In continuing with the theme of using Xbox controllers, it is time for the 360 to take the spotlight.
Oh.
Introducing the 360. This trophy is a 360 controller mounted on some supports that were milled with my CNC machine out of neon green acrylic.
Wow.
Those supports are then seated into the base of an old desk lamp. So I cannot wait to see this thing. I added a cool little feature to the trophy. The acrylic has a cool property where it absorbs light and refracts it in such a way to make it look as though it glows.
Wow.
So cool.
So I added some LEDs so that it can glow in light or dark. Just flip the right stick up and it's on.
What?
Wow. I love he's so mad that he doesn't have it now. If you run out of batteries, just put some more AA's in the controller like normal.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Marty,
Good job on
so
the trophy.
hey Mitchell, can you go somebody get some batteries so we can turn this thing on the air? Please. Just flip, if you run a battery, yeah, okay. Marty, I hope you enjoy this trophy. Please make sure that it is in view of Destin. In all seriousness.
Marty and I don't really sit near each other, but okay.
In all seriousness, you all are great. I look forward to every episode, especially the train wrecks. I think that's directed at you.
Oh, dang. That was last week.
We're pretty okay this week.
Keep up the great work, Matt Staggs. If you'd like to be friends with Matt
Thanks, Mitchell.
On Xbox Live, his gamer tag is cap space Mr., but it's cap space, so cap space MSTR. If you'd like to be, he says he's playing a lot of Diablo 3 right now.
Oh,
Nice.
good game.
Some Diablo 3.
Great game.
So with that, let me just we'll see where our score. Yeah, Marty at 18 points, Destin at 13. So yeah, the victory is sealed.
When you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, none of us did really well.
Well,
18 out of 52? That's not great.
yeah, but you know, it's
hard.
more like out of 40 something.
Yeah.
For people have different travel, different things going on.
There's a whole lot of packing peanuts in here.
All right. Yeah, I don't think I can help but make a mess.
If you're listening at home, we're
a mess.
opening a box. There's packing peanuts everywhere.
It's a mess. That's okay. It's gotta be safe.
We had that giant chocolate lancer on the show that one time,
Remember
and that was
we
a
had
true mess.
A dog on the show,
Oh.
and that was the best.
Now we're now opening it. That's you might hear the sound of the opening.
I might need scissors too.
I could
I
try.
don't want to break this thing. That's the problem.
Oh.
So what do I have in my pockets? I have a knife.
More
No
tape.
knife. That's like this little cat.
It's fine if it
Kinda
breaks.
sharp.
Oh, yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, scissors might be good.
Mitchell.
Nope.
Hold on.
We're getting there.
I can.
It's
I'd say get the scissors off my desk, but somebody stole them.
Really?
That's a real
Nothing
thing.
is
Of course
safe
you'd
on-
say that.
No.
Same here, but I don't complain about it.
Happens
The
all
fact
the
of
time.
life.
just have a filthy desk like me, and you don't know if things go missing.
Or just hide all your stuff like I do. So the
You
Pikachus
hide
are
all
for.
your stuff?
I just started hiding things, yeah.
Oh yeah, I hide a lot.
I like that you hide like bottles of booze in between like the Pikachus.
All right.
I have a
You go-
keg
No,
on my
This
desk.
is this is
and,
awful podcast
on.
right material.
No, I think it's totally fine.
desks. It's all good. That's why you should go watch the video.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got to see this trophy because we're about to see it. Okay, we're so close.
I mean, I understand. Like, this sounds like a very intricate.
What does this
trophy.
sound like
Is
to
it-
the people listening?
I'm
Like,
sure it's
they're
very
only
crafty.
imagining what's
Like
happening.
actual hell.
Oh,
Wow,
holy
that is
crap.
an awesome trophy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Marty.
I'm gonna bring it over to the camera first, unless.
Wow.
No, they can't see that. You got to go up to
I
it.
gotta go up to it. All right.
And it's probably going to be out of focus, but
It's
Yeah,
so
well.
nice.
it's really nice.
Is that already illuminated? Or am I?
Yeah, the-
Move back a little more.
See if it's.
Right there.
Yeah. The light turned on.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, on the back of the controller.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Whoa.
Destin, whose name is on it?
Shut up, Marty. Yeah, so you got to stay in the light. Yeah.
All right. All right. So we have the 360 presented to Marty Sleva, the IGN logo, 2017 Unlocked Block winner.
This is
Here you go.
the absolute coolest. Look, it's heavy. This is now the nicest thing on my desk.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
This is wonderful. Thank you,
Good
Matthew.
job on the trophy.
I dedicate my win to you, the true hero, because you actually made something and none of us can make things.
That's incredible.
Yeah, this is amazing.
So nice.
It's very.
This is awesome.
So, congratulations, Marty.
Thank
It is a year well played on the trivia front.
Maybe something good happened in 2017. We got Wolfenstein, the trophy.
We did it.
That-
Also, if there's a listener out there, I hope Matt didn't do such a good job that he scares off all of our other listeners from volunteering to make one for next year, because that is a bar raising effort right there.
Yeah.
Not to discount the previous two trophies, which were awesome as well.
What
That
if
is-
it's a life-size recreation of when the Rock and Bill Gates unveiled the Xbox?
It's cast out of marble.
Oh, no.
Oh man.
You don't want that at your desk?
Well, let's see. I mean, yeah. What now? We have to start getting into, because we went from the Duke to the S, the original Xbox S, to now
This.
the 360 controller. So now we've got to look at like
Other
other
peripherals.
360 controllers.
Or it could be like a cool, like something with Kinect.
It could be an original Connect.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, that could be
Or an old red ringed launch 360.
That could be good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So.
A hard drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that in the future. But
Cool.
let's do so. Matt, again, hat tip to you. You're fantastic. And let's do a trivia question anyway. Gabe from Minnesota asks, in the season 8 premiere of One Tree Hill, yeah, we're going there. The episode titled "Asleep at Heaven's Gate," Nathan Scott surprises his son Jamie with a promise to play the new title in which Xbox exclusive franchise? Is it a Halo game? Is it a Forza game? Is it a Gears of War game? Or is it a Dance Central game? One Tree Hill, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm only on season 7 of One Tree Hill, so that's why I'm not going to get this one.
So,
What happened?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Life
I don't know.
There's a tree.
I have
There's a hill.
I've watched plenty of WB shows in my day, but not this one. This one's not in my purview.
I don't remember when it aired.
Is it still on?
I don't know. Probably not.
I don't think so.
Is the main character One Tree Jill?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's the
That's why I assume the show is about One Tree Jill.
27.
And when that tree dies, Jill dies.
What if they just hang on the tree all day?
So no one's seen the show. I guess we're all guessing. Which makes this. I was hoping one of you would be a secret One Tree Hill or public One Tree Hill fan. So what do you say, Destin? I'll go your way first.
Dance Central.
Okay. Miranda, what do you say? Any thoughts here?
His son Jamie. What does son Jamie want to play?
TV Son.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Forza.
Okay.
Go B.
I'll go with Halo just to be different.
Yeah. Halo.
I hope it's Gears and all of us are wrong.
It is Gears.
Really?
I wanted to guess B, and I didn't this time. I was just like, no,
I'm like
gonna
a
deviate.
CW show. They probably
Deviate.
wouldn't play Gears.
I was just like, okay, it's
Yeah.
either Gears or like Forza.
Well,
I don't think they would want. They do.
Gabe from Minnesota, you stumped everybody, including me, by the way. Great job on that. I love it. We've still got
The odds
like
that
two or
none of us
three
got it.
2 or 3 more episodes before the holidays. So keep sending those Xbox trivia questions in. Send them to unlocked@ign.com. I need 4 multiple choice answers. Please note the correct one in your email. And we're playing for pride here the rest of the way. And that will about wrap it up. We're heading towards our Game of the Year stuff, all kinds of end of year things wrapping up. Miranda, what are you working on? Where can we find you? What do you want to promote?
Yeah, a lot of best of stuff. So just keep an eye on that. Of course, wikis. So if you like video games and sometimes you need help, you should check out ign.com/wikis.
Well, and I know it's not Xbox, but you know it's one of the Game of the Year nominees, inevitably. Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Got a 10.
We have a super extensive
You've
wiki
been
for that.
doing the heroes work on that.
Yeah, so I helped
The
for a long
Moons,
time
right?
before I had to jump off to review Call of Duty. Yeah, so I helped a little bit with Moons. We have like an excellent freelancer who like just took care of the rest after we had to jump off to do other projects. But yeah, we have like a very extensive guide for that. We have like for Zelda, we have some Sims 4 stuff if you're playing that. for
It's
some
the
reason.
cats and dogs thing's out on Xbox, and if you saw Alana's video, she couldn't make the show this week. She had a different video shoot. She made Maggie the boxer in the game, like, and it's astoundingly
Yeah.
detailed. Like it actually like I had to stop for a second. Like that's how good the tools in the game were, and how good a job she
we
did.
made a Finchy from Prepare to Try.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very
Wonderful.
goofy, wonderful video with Terry and Alicia. I don't know. I'm just finishing up a lot of best of and cleaning up wiki things.
And where can we say hi to you online?
You can find me at Havoc Grows on Twitter and pretty much everywhere else.
Fantastic.
That's all I use.
Marty?
You can find me at McBiggity, and like Miranda, we're knee deep in a bunch of end of the year stuff, game of the year stuff, entertainment of the year stuff, and a lot of look back, look forward things. So we're gonna have a ton of features over the next month, pretty much chronicling 2017 and 2018, and then also, as I mentioned earlier, it's clearly not Xbox related, but Alana and I and Destin are going to be down at PSX in Anaheim next weekend. So we're going to be walking around the show floor. We have a Beyond panel, and we're moderating a couple other panels. So if you're in Anaheim, if you can be at the show, stop us, say hi.
You going to be at Disneyland after?
We're thinking about going to Disneyland maybe Friday morning, because we're doing the Game Awards Thursday.
If I want to go on, if I'm an IGN fan and I want to go on Splash Mountain with you, Friday morning is when I want to be at the park.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Man, you can do that.
Why not?
I'm down with this. We can eat churros.
Yeah. Yes.
Churro.
Yeah, I absolutely want a churro.
That's great.
Get that. What's the super awesome drink?
The
Dole Whip.
Yeah, Dole Whip.
Does
Dole Whip
Disneyland have a lot of popcorn?
Oh,
They
there's
have popcorn,
sure,
yeah.
plenty of
Yeah,
popcorn stands.
and probably like gourmet popcorn.
Like fancy popcorn.
Like
'Cause,
caramel corn?
Tokyo Disney Sea has just like popcorn everywhere.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like they have like 5
They
different
have
kinds of
those
popcorn.
dip churros, right? They have the dip churro things.
Probably.
Disney Sea also had the Japanese. It has Japanese Indiana Jones who screams at you, and it's great. I went on the Indiana Jones ride, and Indiana Jones appears, and he screams at you in Japanese, and it's wonderful.
I just remember Matt Wong was freaking out about the food.
It was all cheap and
Yeah.
awesome.
Mhm.
So
So if you want to ride Splash Mountain with Miranda in Tokyo, it probably
Go to
won't happen
TPS.
anytime soon. Yeah, go to
Yeah.
TPS. There you go.
see you there.
Awesome. Let's see. Oh, I somehow reviewed a game while I was gone.
Wow.
Oh.
That was cool. I saw that on Twitter. Like somebody tweeted me about it, and I was like, "Oh, that happened."
I forgot about that.
I've been doing the Telltale Batman: The Enemy Within, which is Batman Season 2. Been doing those reviews and got the Episode 3 code in right before I left for the holiday trip. So yeah, that's back on track. Didn't like Episode 2 very much at all. Episode 3 was real good. So you
Nice.
can check out that review. And really want to implore people to, because this series doesn't get a lot of views. I'm just waiting for the higher ups to cancel it when they figure out that not enough people are checking it out. It's one-on-one long form interviews with game creators and Xbox fans. I've got Chad and Jared Moldenhauer, both of those brothers. You know, it's a whole. Cuphead was a whole like extended family affair, and it's just a wonderful story. So whether you want to look at it on YouTube or IGN or iTunes or podcast services, please check out IGN Unfiltered. And I'm at DMC_Ryan on Twitter. Destin, take us home, my friend.
Yeah, just at Destin Legary on Twitter. And just a reminder, Anthony Gallegos, help out his dog, GoFundMe.com/heal Shasta. And you can check him out on twitch.tv/chuffmoney.
Yes.
And if you check out this week's Fire Team chat, you guys probably got hot takes about whatever Destiny things may have happened while we were recording this.
Might have been announced while we were recording this, or it's going to be announced this evening. And we're going to have a reaction video right afterwards. And then, we'll talk about it extensively on the show.
Which goes up on Fridays?
Friday at 5.
It's always at 5?
Yep.
We always say it's that Beyond is Tuesday at 1, and it has never been up at 1.
Friday at 5 pretty consistently, for Fire Team chat.
I guess that's what happens when you have a show of video producers.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit the road. We'll see you guys here back next week for, like I said, got a few more shows left for you in 2017.